Hey everybody, welcome back to the Castle Grounds Apiary. Today we are going to go over the February 2022 YouTube Beekeeper stats and data analytics. This is where the intro music's supposed to be. So we're doing it live, mostly because it might make more sense for people who might not have the ability to ask questions, or not everybody cares about the same big four, the main contributors. If anybody ever wanted to get on and ask a specific question, well, here might be a good way for me to interact. Anyway, so I'm going to pull this down here so we can see what I'm doing. Okay, so on a whole, this month was impressive. We had a total of 17 million views in February, which last year was a fairly slow month. In a minute, we'll get into the details as to why it is what it is, but 17 million is incredible. Let's see here. 557 videos recorded. That's pretty impressive as well. Let's go ahead and check. Let's check on the main ones here. The old Castle Grounds maintaining it at a solid 10%. Can't complain too much. Lawson's Creek showing off with a 37% increase. He's up to 100. Barnyard Bees and JP the Bee Man both have had a rough winter. Granted, they haven't posted much. JP still hasn't posted anything. Barnyard put 2 videos out. He's excited for that red maple. You can tell he's getting geared up for spring. So it'll be interesting to see if his numbers kind of get back on the horse, if you will. Okay, so what we want to do, let me make sure this is working real quick. I'm still figuring this out. Yep, it's working. Sorry guys. I don't get a lot of feedback on here. I expected to have a better confirmation that things were happening, but I'm not. Anyway, so Barnyard JP not doing too great. How's our boy Cayman? Cayman had 1.85% growth. He's kind of in a rut too. Granted, that's not a bad percentage growth. He had 800 new subs on the period. He had 190,000 views, which isn't great. Notice JP the Bee Man actually had 1 million, which is interesting. We'll get back to that here in a second. Ian Stepler, 300,000 views with 400 subs gained, just barely over 0.5%. Nothing too incredible there. Bruce's Bees, he just put out a video today about making 5-frame nuke boxes. That was pretty interesting. His growth is over 3 1/3. He gained 500 subs, 82,000 views in the period. Not bad at all. How's our girl Texas Bee Works? 92,000 views, almost 100,000 views. She did post 2 videos? She did? What did she post? The trash bin video and the compost bin full of bees. She already did that. Yeah, it's right here. Oh my goodness. Well, whatever works, I guess. Just post the same videos. Why not? I keep looking over here. The camera's not over here. The camera's right here. Sorry. Jason Chrisman, 60-some thousand views. Oh, I got a message. My first comment on a live stream. Hello. Is it dry cut or dree cut? Help me out with the pronunciation. Let's check out 628, the Dirty Rooster, as I like to call him. 400,000 views, 1,000 subs gained, less than 1%. Let's look at dree cut. I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. Let's check out your stats here. Let's just do it the easy way. Do I not have you on here yet? That can't be. Well, hell, I guess I don't. Dry cut. I'm going to add you to the list. That makes 155. We'll get you in here for March. Sorry about that, but I appreciate you getting on. Scroll back up to the top here. So 628 did good. Frederick, our boy Freddie, under 250,000 views. Nothing amazing. Says he didn't have any subscribers, which means he had less than, I don't know, when you get up to that many, I think if it's less than 100, it doesn't count it. Maybe less than 1,000 subs. And he put in 10 videos. So nothing too crazy. Let's just get straight to the point here. Well, there's a couple more we can talk about. Check this out. When we're talking about percentage growth in a period, the sideline beekeeper, Craig Branch, he 29% growth, really well, from 348 to 491. That's impressive. Backward Beekeeper, 169 subs, 25% growth. Both were at the Hive Life conference. We might as well round it out. Brian at Castle Hives, 5% growth, 2,300 to 2,430, 8,000 views. Where's our boy Greg? There he is. Almost skipped him. 5% growth, 3,760 to 3,980. Actually, Greg just eclipsed 4,000 views this evening. This data is from yesterday. My data entry guy, my 14-year-old son, he obviously had school today, so I had him do the data entry yesterday. It takes him a couple hours, so didn't want to cut into his homework time. So this is a little old, but Greg, congrats on the 4,000. That is impressive. Bearded Bee Works up 14.8%. Good month for him. Oh, we got a 16. Bohemia Bees, he gained over 1,000 subs just this month. Good job, buddy. Another Hive Life guy. Are you guys seeing a trend? Look at this Earl at Hillbilly Beekeeping, 47%. He got to over 100 in his second month, same as Lawson's Creek. That's an impressive feat. And Brewster's Fine Bees up 57%. So that's pretty awesome also. Where is Bees and Bikinis? 1.69%. Gonna have to step it up. Bees and Bikinis. Beekeeping Like a Girl. Is that Natalie? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Natalie gained 4.21%, 180 subs, and 10,000 views. Good job, Natalie. Our buddy over at Swarmstead, Bruce, 6 subs gained, 2,400 views. Brooklyn's Honeybees, almost 10%. That's great when you're up and up over that 500 range. Good job, buddy. Who else we got? Oh, Timeless Honey. He's fairly new. He got up over 100 subs, 49% growth. Good job. Free Range Art Farm, 2.45%. Full Frame Apiary, 25%. And the Bell Farm, 38.49. And then we got a big chunk of newbies I added here. That's a big bunch of artificial insemination gurus. I started searching on how to artificially inseminate, and lo and behold, YouTube just said, here, look at all these people you still hadn't found yet. So I had to add a whole bunch. So some of the data is missing. We'll get them up to speed throughout the year. Taylor Boys Outdoors, got them added. Mike at Coon Lake Hives, 18%. Went from 13 to 16. Let's see, Sarah's Happy Hives, up 28.89%, up to 90. Highland Honey, 44.44%. And Be Original Tennessee Tim, up 40%. These are all somewhat smaller channels, so those growth numbers are a little misleading, but still, it's growth nonetheless. This guy, Bug Farmer, I just discovered him a few weeks ago. He does some pretty neat stuff. He actually just built the Vino Farm version of the Bug Barn, or the Bee Barn, sorry. Hopefully with some of those kinks worked out. But the Bug Farmer does really cool stuff. In fact, he's got some great HVAC solutions implemented on his hives that I look forward to implementing myself. So that's he does good work. He gained 540 subs and had 17,715 views this period. Good job. Kodiak Farm up 63%. Did I say that already? Now we got so many on here now. It's going to be impossible to go through all these. They Keep Bees at 45%. Good job. 7,000 views. Where is... I'm missing the Honeystead. Kaylee hit over 50,000 subs this month. Good job, Kaylee. I hope to one day share such an accomplishment. And now that we've kind of gotten the basics out of the way here, let's go over Black Mountain Honey. Lawrence is just crushing it. He did 40 videos again. Dude has a full-time job, maybe. I thought he said he did. Maybe he doesn't anymore. Dry cut. Yeah, he has active heating in his hives. He's got heat lamps, kind of the ceramic bulbs that you put in like a terrarium, and he puts them in the bottom box, and he plugs it to 110 power with a heating controller that they use in terrariums, and it heats his whole hive. And when it's cold, a fan kicks on and pulls the air out of the top, so it's kind of a venting, cooling, and heating system. Very cool if you haven't checked out the Bug Farmer. And it's not that expensive, he said. He did a pretty good job on it. I'm impressed. The only problem is you have to have 110 volts AC, which, depending on where you're at, may not be a problem. If you aren't close to grid power, you'd have to do some sort of solar and battery system, which may be doable. But those ceramic bulbs, they draw a decent amount of power, so it's doable. Just not always ideal. Back to Lawrence. He's up 800 subs. Lawrence is from the UK, and I have to say UK because my English knowledge is not up to snuff, so I don't want to say he's from one part and he's from another. I know he's from that general area. We're hoping to see him at Hive Life next year. It is super expensive for people from Europe to make it to Hive Life. So I've been thinking about ways to set up some sort of travel fund, GoFundMe maybe, to get a few of these YouTube contributors across the pond. There's a few that are Black Mountain Honey, Hensler Honey. Where's I just said his name earlier. Where's he at? Brooklyn's Honeybees. I think they're all three from over there, as well as I'm sure many others. Oh, there we go. Dry cut bringing in the info. Black Mountain does have a full-time job. He works construction. Their work week's like 36 hours. Yeah, so dude works damn near full-time and is putting out 40 hours a week. I just can't get over the fact that he's putting this much time and effort into it and still producing such quality work. And his results are definitely paying off. And I think if I'm going to run the numbers after the video, and maybe I'll update you in a different video, but we'll see how close my projections are to his 20K target. I think we're going to get close. Duck River Honey, he gained 1,000 subs. Good job, Duck River. Up almost 12%. He did 3 videos, had 78,000 views, so that's pretty impressive. And finally, the juggernaut, those who don't know or haven't seen, Yappy the Bee Man. He had almost 12 million views in February and gained 49,000 subscribers, which was a 32.89% gain. On average, Yappy got 1,750 subs a day. That is incredible. And one thing that really stands out to me, let me bring in here, it's he does great work. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I can't knock the guy. I'm just so impressed with what he does. But I want you to see this. In the last month, his videos have done well, especially by my standards. When I get a couple hundred views, if I'm lucky, on the views he posted in February, he got about 200,000 views off the new stuff. And I've talked about this before, but what's really driving this insane subscription growth and viewership growth is this video right here. 24 million views on this video, and last month it was, like 10 million or 12 million. It's just incredible. I'd be really interested if anybody knows Yappy to kind of get his take on the audience statistics for this video, because if most of us who make YouTube videos, it's all the audience, the demographics always the same. It's the same age, gender, from the same country. That's kind of how YouTube silos us. But somehow Yappy broke out of that algorithmic trap, or at least kind of allocation. And I wonder if maybe this has some other countries or genders or ages or something different from the rest of his videos, because that's a humongous driver for his data. Hey, Brian, Castle Hives jumped in. I already went over your numbers, and I'm sure you know, but 8,826 views, 130 subs, 5.35% growth as of yesterday, not actually today. I'm a day behind. 6 videos posted, 4.64 subs per day. Yeah, talk to Yappy. I'm really curious. I don't mean to get in his personal business, but I think it could be helpful insight to understand. Is there a larger audience out there? Are there more people in the world that want to see this stuff? Or did he just have some sense of virality that kind of pushed it into other segments? I don't know. Because, there's 155 of us on this list now, but I'm not capturing all the people across the world. I know that YouTube's kind of keeping the English-speaking group at the top of the list, and I'm sure there's hundreds, if not more, YouTube beekeepers out there, and I just don't have access to them. So maybe Yappy kind of nuzzled his way into that group. Drycut says, do you think his numbers will have an effect on the beekeeping industry? For example, we have more blacksmiths and sports and fire. I got into bees after stumbling on Mr. Ed's removal videos. Yeah, it definitely could. It definitely could bring more light to the industry. In addition to that new show that's coming out on the Disney Channel, what do they call it? The Bees are some big Texas bee guy. He's coming in, and it's just crazy how much attention we may get. Brian says the video with the bees in the bottle promoted his video, then it took off. The bees in the bottle. Where's he at? I don't know if I'm familiar with the bees in the bottle. But either way, yeah, I mean, it could do a lot for us. What these numbers are for the total month, the 17 million total views for the industry, that is but definitely the highest it's been in the 14 months that we've been collecting this. I think so. He had another big month where that video really pushed his numbers, so it's hard to say for sure. But there's definitely a lot of positivity to glean from it, if nothing else. I mean, he gained 49,000 subscribers, and to me, those are 49,000 subscribers that weren't engaged in our community yet, because pretty much everybody that has been a tried and true YouTube beekeeping bee channel watcher knew about Yappy, and they were already subscribed to him. And somehow, over the last 3 weeks, he gained 49,000 people. So some of those may transition into, a bee audience that we didn't have before. The Disney movie Brave got a lot of girls into archery. I have not seen that movie yet, but I believe it. Oh, Brian, I know what you're talking about. He's that guy from Russia. Yeah, that was impressive. What's interesting is how that connected to Yappy. Perhaps because Yappy had the most viral beekeeping video of 2021, and then that Russian off-the-grid log cabin woodsmith guy built that big bottle beehive system. They must be linked somehow. Yeah, that's a good point you make. I think you're probably right, because that video went crazy viral. Let me see. What was that called? I can't remember his name. Russian beekeeping. That's not fair, but there it is. Whoa. I didn't mean to click it. Sorry. Yeah. Advoco makes. Here's the weird thing: he only got 8 million views on this, and he might have been a catalyst for Yappy. But anyway, Yappy's video already had a huge head of steam, and that definitely probably helped. Whatever it is, I think you're right. I think this guy had something to do with it, at least kind of in the pop culture realm. Yappy told me that video had his listed as video to watch and his whatnots. Well, that's great. I need to get with that Russian guy and see if he can do me any favors. I just need one video with 1,000 views. I'll be happy. That's all I'm asking for. I've watched him for years because I'm also interested in woodworking. Surprised we came out. Yeah, I was too. So I'd seen his videos for a while. What surprised me as much as the fact that he was beekeeping was that if you listen closely, he wasn't just that wasn't his first go at it. He'd kept bees for years, and he didn't say a single word and make any mention to it. Post videos about it. He was serious about waiting until he had kind of felt confident and that he felt like he had a good solution before he shared it with the world, which is not something that a lot of people can say, it's an admirable thing that he did. So I thought that was kind of neat. He obviously has a lot of skills on the woodworking side, but his ability to just pick up some bees and kind of create a sustaining environment for them kind of from scratch was impressive. All right, well, I'm trying to think if there's anybody I missed here. We're closing in on 22 minutes. Mike Berry. I think the stream team just did a Mike Berry shoot. 30,000 views, almost 3% growth, up to 6,380 subs. Excuse me. So Mike Berry's coming in hot. Good job, Mike. Who else? And that's probably it. Oh, Sweet Stingers. Can't leave him out. He's a local Oklahoma boy. 4.44%, almost 500 subs, 1,500 views. Not too bad. And, man, I think that's it. All right, guys. Well, Dry Cut. I'm sure that's not your first name. And Brian. Oh, Mike's going to be on tomorrow. Cool. Tell him I said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I kind of hit all the high points. I appreciate you guys getting on and giving me some feedback and some talking points. That was some really interesting stuff you brought up. I'm going to close it out. You're from Oklahoma, too. You got to be. Really? What part of Oklahoma are you from? I realize there's a delay, so I might have saw you're from Oklahoma a few seconds before I read it. Come on. Say Central Oklahoma. North of Claremore. That's Tulsa area, I think. Tulsa-ish. I'm from Central, more Norman area. So happy to see another Oklahoman in our midst. This little rascal here, Lawson's Creek apiary, he's also from my area. And I think there's another guy. Oh, Swarmstead. I think Bruce from the Swarmstead is also from Oklahoma. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he is. If I'm wrong, Bruce, forgive me. It's incredibly hard trying to keep all this stuff memorized, or at least partially memorized. Oh, you know who I didn't even talk about? Not directly. I'm going to talk about him. Vino Farms, real quick, and I'm going to close it out. Vino Farms, 100,000 views, 500 subs, 0.5% growth. He came out with a video yesterday, actually the same day the Bug Farmer came out with his version of the Bee Barn, and he said that he realized that there was a flaw in his design, which is it's nice of him to see that he admitted that he had a flaw. In this last video where he discovered that gigantic mold mess, he didn't seem to be quite as privy to that being an issue, and he thinks he solved it. There's a thermal bridge where some wood wasn't insulated from the hive. I'm still not so sure that was the only problem. I think there might have been some ventilation problems as well. That insulation keeps things so cool or warm on the inside that even some ventilation is going to not keep up with that discrepancy in temperatures. Did he take a shot at the Blessed Mind guy? Dude, I wondered that too. In fact, I've heard a couple people take shots at no, it's a Peaceful Mind. The Peaceful Mind guy. I think he did. He made a reference to it, and I wasn't sure if that was it because the Peaceful Mind guy doesn't have a ton of views. But then there's another guy that I was watching a couple days ago, Baddest Bees. This guy, I think, and I could be wrong, it sounded like he called out Baddest Bees or Peaceful Mind in this video right here from a week ago. And I get it. The Peaceful Mind guy he's something else. If no one has seen the Peaceful Mind, dude moves his hives like in and out of his house constantly, and he claims to be pretty savvy with his beekeeping. And obviously he's got so many, he must have something figured out. But he's catching some heat from some other people in the community. I think what he's doing is kind of neat. At least it's different, and different kind of appeals to me just because, I don't know, it seems like a lot of times people just do what they're told to do and don't really ask questions or try to figure things out themselves. They just read a book about it or see a video on it and think that's the way. And it just depends on your area, your bees, the bee density, just resources available. There's just a lot going on. But anyway, yeah. Dry Cut says the Peaceful Mind guy is always throwing shade. He is, and that's one of the reasons I do watch him, because he's pretty funny. If you haven't seen his videos, just watch. Take 5 minutes and just watch one of them. His videos aren't that long. It's pretty good. Let's look at his stats. See if I can find him real quick. I decided to do this live. I thought it'd be faster than just recording a video. It turns out it's not. But this is a good exercise because it gives me a chance to kind of go through some of these other smaller channels. Yeah, Dry Cut said he keeps his comment section turned off. I noticed that, and I wish he didn't, because I would like to see what people were saying or thinking. But I imagine he gets lots of negativity, which is kind of sad. 10,000 views, 60 subs, 4.29%. That's a good month. Anybody over 1,000 subs having 4 to 5% growth, that's respectable. But yeah, he keeps his comments closed, and it's something I've noticed too on the beekeeping forums on Facebook and just on some of the YouTube channels. Man, beekeepers are kind of negative. There's a lot of them that are definitely not, like the whole initiative that Greg Burns is pushing and that Be the Light campaign. I think that's great. He's doing the right thing, but there's a lot of negativity on the Facebook forums. People ask simple questions and just get trashed for not knowing, and it's kind of sad, especially when beekeepers, a lot of them act like they know it all and then bash people for asking questions. It's like, damn, I'd expect them to get there. Oh, don't worry, Dry Cut. He said my constant comments are probably adding to your time. Hey, I'm in a hotel room. I got nothing else to do. We can go through every single one of these if you want. No, let's not do that. I'm already getting, what's it called? Dry mouth from talking. All right, I think that's it. I think we're gonna cut it. Dry Cut, appreciate you. Appreciate the feedback. Keep me posted on any funny